So, Michael, I've just learned about your profile. You help veterans transition through MOOCs and online learning and stuff. And my question is, how do you ensure that the skill taught asynchronously can be well transferred in real life?
Mm. Yes, because sometimes asynchronous seems to have a feel of it's separate from reality. It's just sitting there. And I guess it also depends on is it asynchronous where there is an instructor there to give feedback
Mm,
periodically, or is it completely asynchronous and all automated? So, but in both cases, I think some of the things that you could do in an asynchronous course that can help with those skills are one, scenario-based learning. I've enjoyed doing this for veterans. We've been developing through our own subject matter experts and other veterans, coming up with real life scenarios that veterans can walk through and get feedback of whichever choice they make, whatever option they answer. There's some feedback that say this might not be the best path. You might want to think about this. And I think scenarios are really great, not only in the veteran space, but also in just regular teaching, higher ed, teaching and learning, K-12. It's like give a scenario, let someone think about what they're being asked to do, how they would react, and go from there, and then provide feedback for any answer they give, even if it's probably not the right path, but here's why. So also, interactive tools I think are important. So you could have an asynchronous course, but through LTI and tool integration, you could integrate into an asynchronous course a tool that would require logging in, that could store a student information. You could pick up wherever you left off. It might adapt to you. Even in an asynchronous course, there are tools that you could put in there that are interactive that will keep a learner going and so I think that's another way to keep an asynchronous course fresh. Um, Peer feedback, teacher feedback in an asynchronous course are great ways to what you said, transferable skills. To get these skills past just taking a quiz or a test or an exam? Are there peers in there giving you maybe not live feedback? It's asynchronous, but it's there for you when you're ready in the form of a discussion board or an email or a post. Same with faculty. There's all these tools in the LMS for them to give you feedback on how you're doing. And it'll be ready when you get there. So asynchronous could be filled with feedback. Also, metacognition, another way, a great way to learn, thinking about your own thinking. Well, in an asynchronous course, you could have a lot of opportunities built in where you're asking learners to think about what they're doing in the course and how it's going, and giving them the opportunity to reflect on the work they're doing, I think is a great way for them to sort of build these transferable skills. So asynchronous doesn't necessarily mean anymore that it has to be very static or stagnant. I think an asynchronous course can be very robust if you design in feedback, interactive tools, scenarios, reflection. That could all be brought into an asynchronous course to make it that much better.